What's good, everyone? How are you guys doing? Welcome to a Sunday Q&A stream. This is actually something I want to semi-consistently do going forward. Sorry, I have a bunch of wires everywhere from new mics to headsets and whatever. How is everyone doing today? Happy Sunday. If you are an American, today's a big day for football. I'm a huge Kansas City Chiefs hater. So I'm wearing orange for the Bengals. But this is not a sports channel. Let's talk some Star Wars. Hello there. General Kenobi, you are a bold one. Ahem, clears throat. Disney Shield. I wonder how whatever his name is, the Knights of Melvin is doing these days. Funny video. LOL, it's Monday here. Wow, you must be on the complete other side of the world. For me, it's only like the afternoon. Hello there, everyone. Hi, Goldman. How are you? I'm doing all right. I've been I woke up a little early today. I was working on part 3 of my Mandalorian season 1 review. That should be out tomorrow, assuming there's no colossal disaster and I can't finish the video today. So yeah, that should be out tomorrow. Really looking forward to that. And besides that, I'm gonna watch some football today and relax. Hopefully, have a nice dinner. I might order some Wendy's. I got some Wendy's coupons, and I want to use them. Goldman doing a voiceover on his least favorite Star Wars character. Hey, in an alternate life, I should have become a voice actor. You guys know I can do all these different kinds of voices. Don't worry, it's only 5 a.m. on Monday. 5 a.m. Oh, if I had to wake up at 5 a.m., I would hurt myself. But I appreciate you checking out the Goldman at 5 in the morning. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to do a weekly stream, if you will, like a Q&A stream. I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of streaming, but I know a lot of you guys used to like when I streamed very often. So I want to kind of get into a rhythm of streaming once a week, preferably consistently Sunday at this time, at least Sunday my time. So yeah, I'm kind of here to just chill, answer some questions if you guys have any, whether it be about Star Wars, any other franchise like Avatar, Halo. Talk about my upcoming projects. Also, I would love if you guys gave me some ideas on what kind of videos you would like to see me make going forward. Because I love feedback. I was gonna say customer feedback, but you're not really customers, are you? What are your thoughts on Dark Empire? Interesting story. Probably a better executed version of The Rise of Skywalker. But I never actually read it. I've only read like summaries of it, and I basically know the gist of what happens. So I can't give my full thoughts because I've never read the comic series. But conceptually, I don't like the idea of Palpatine coming back, whether it be in the EU or in the canon. You should do a live meme review. Meme reviews are so exhausting, and there's so many other projects I want to do that meme review is kind of on the back burner right now. Maybe one day I'll get back to it, but right now I just want to focus on making good content for you guys. And meme review is just not on that list. Q&A. I managed to start doing streaming content since this January. How do we join in the Chatooine show as a guest? We've never had a guest. Our only guest we ever had was Palpamemes, and then he became a regular on the show. And also, unless we got someone like really popular within Star Wars, like an actor, 4 people is already quite a bit to have on the panel. So if we had 5, then it would probably get crowded. So yeah, nothing personal. To be honest, I wish, this is nothing against Palpamemes, but I would have preferred back then if we stayed as just 3, because Palpamemes didn't show up until like a year later. But he's a great guy. I love having him on. So I'm fine with it. But I think 4 is like the max in terms of the amount of people you should have on a podcast. What up, Buckeye guy? I can finally qualify for Avatar questions as I just watched the show about a month ago. Fucking incredible show. Oh, such a good show. The other day, I was sitting down and I was ranking my 10 favorite shows ever. I think I talked about this in one of my other streams. Avatar is probably my 3rd favorite show, and The Legend of Korra is 4. Legend of Korra is so underrated. Yeah, you guys need to watch it. After Book of Boba Fett, Star Wars is Halo now. I'm actually really big into Halo now. I loved the franchise when I was younger. When Halo 5 came out, I kind of drifted away a bit. And then with Halo Infinite, I love the campaign a lot. I enjoyed the multiplayer. There's still a lot that I need to fix. But I care more about the story, and Halo Infinite's story was very interesting. So I'm gonna experiment with this when the Halo show comes out, because there's gonna be a Halo TV series on Paramount Plus. I might cover that, see if people enjoy it. Are you getting burnt down a bit when it comes to Star Wars? I was, but once Chapter 5 of Boba Fett came out, it kind of re-energized me a bit. I remembered, I was like, okay, this is why I love Star Wars. So no, I wouldn't say I'm getting burnt down anymore. I was close to it a little bit, especially at the end of last year when we got all those announcements, like Rogue Squadron was delayed and all that. But no, I wouldn't say I'm burnt down anymore. Yeah, that's fair enough about meme review. I know you guys like it. Maybe one day I'll bring it back. What are your thoughts on the Thrawn trilogy? I'm assuming you're talking about the original one in the 90s by Timothy Zahn. Good books, good books. People say they're the greatest Star Wars stories. I wouldn't. Star Wars books. I wouldn't say that. They're very good. I read the only 4 EU books I've read were the 3 Thrawn books and Shadows of the Empire. And Shadows of the Empire I thought was much better. What's up, Purely Tech? What's up? What are your hopes and expectations for the Book of Boba Fett before it came out? I wanted to see Boba Fett become like a crime boss to him. I didn't want him to be a straight up good guy. I wanted him to have like morally gray decisions and kind of be a little bit more of a badass. Now, I'm not saying the problem I have with the show is that he's not what I thought he would be. My problem with the show so far just has been the execution of his transition, his character arc. But I tried not to go into stories with many hopes and expectations because then it could kind of ruin the experience for you. So I try to distance myself from that. So I got, yeah, feel better. I feel like Star Wars is a bit down right now because there's no Mando and Boba is boring. I guess for some people, I mean, for me, I'm getting excited. For me, Star Wars is Star Wars. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of the Book of Boba Fett, I don't hate it. It's still fun. Uh, and this last episode really energized my excitement for the future going forward. And we got Obi-Wan coming out. I think Andor is going to be really great. At least I hope it is. It's going to be, we got, Obi-Wan. Bad Batch season 2. I didn't like the Bad Batch, but I'm still optimistic. And then we got Mandalorian season 3. So, and there's a lot of Star Wars stuff. And for me, like I'm kind of branching out. When I first started this channel, I really just focused on Star Wars. But now I'm more into Avatar, I'm more into Halo. So when one is down, I can kind of shift my excitement towards something else. What 5 things do you want to see happen in the upcoming Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order 2? I want Marin to be the main character because I thought Marin was a great character. And the thing is, if they're doing a Jedi Fallen Order 2 and Cal is the main character again, you can't like reteach him things. You know how the way you learned all these new abilities, the way it was explained through the story was that Cal just forgot how to do it and then he remembered during certain situations. I would love it if Marin is the main character. So yeah, I'm a huge Cal Marin shipper, by the way. Love Cal Marin. What was your number 2 and 1 on your top 10 shows? I think 2 was Game of Thrones. Even with the last season, I still love it. Number 1's Breaking Bad. Fantastic shows. I think once Kenobi comes out, Star Wars will be big again. I'm excited to see Kenobi and Vader have another duel. I would say Kenobi is probably the most anticipated Star Wars project that we've gotten since The Last Jedi. Nothing's ever going to top The Force Awakens again. Force Awakens and Phantom Menace are easily going to be number 1 and 2, whatever order, in terms of most hyped Star Wars projects. Last Jedi was up there, but not near Force Awakens. And Kenobi's probably there. There wasn't that much excitement for Mandalorian, even season 2. I think Obi-Wan's going to be up there. Obi-Wan is going to kind of be like No Way Home, Spider-Man No Way Home in a bit. That Ewan McGregor is kind of like Tobey Maguire. Everyone loves him. He did a great job. And then there's Hayden Christensen. He's kind of like Andrew Garfield, where a lot of people kind of feel bad for him, and they're just really excited to see the character back. So there's going to be a lot of those kind of vibes. I don't like Boba Fett because it's not fun. It's fun sometimes, but hey, to each their own. Do you think Lucasfilm will do a canon version of the Thrawn trilogy? I think that's what they're doing right now. I think the whole Mandalorian verse, the Mandoverse, is going to lead to a story very similar to Heir to the Empire. I firmly believe That's gonna happen. I think it'll be really cool. They're obviously it's gonna be a little different. I don't think Luke, Han, and Leia will play as big as a role as they did in the EU story, but I think the overall story is gonna be fairly similar. We've already got Mando season 3. We got one episode of Mando season 3. Only one episode. Bad Batch was a huge disappointment for me. Yeah, me too. I won't say it was a huge, but it was a disappointment. Do you think episode 6 will show Luke trained in like Kanan trained Sabine? No, I don't think so. The thing about Luke is the ending, and this was my biggest concern with the ending of Mandalorian season 2. It was so good. It was so good. But since there was going to be seasons going forward, I feel like the next time if we see Luke and Grogu again too soon, it will slightly diminish the effects of the ending of that series. Because Amanda's gonna be like, oh, I saw him again fairly after. So I think Vader might be in Kenobi, similar to how Boba episode 5 was Mando. Imagine a Kenobi episode of Vader slaughtering Jedi. A lot of people want that. I don't care. I don't care about seeing Vader slaughter Jedi. I want to see a really character focused story on both Obi-Wan mostly and a little bit on Anakin slash Vader. Are you going to play the KOTOR remake? The KOTOR remake is my most hyped up project in all of Star Wars. I would, but KOTOR is only coming out on PlayStation and I have an Xbox. I think it's coming out on Xbox much later. So it's not even it's going to take a while for me to get KOTOR. So eventually, but not when it comes out. Do you think the Stormtrooper in the Sarlacc pit was going to be shown in the Kenobi series? You asked me this last time. I was wrong because I thought there were Stormtroopers in Return of the Jedi on the sail barge, and I was completely wrong. It could be. It could be. I wouldn't be. I doubt it though. I doubt it though. I love the Ewan, Toby, Hayden, Andrew analogy. It actually lines up so well. It does because the difference here is that Andrew Garfield was a great actor and his movies just sucked. With Hayden Christensen, there's a lot of questions about his acting, and the movies weren't that great either, from a lot of people's point of views. But the analogy still lines up. Everyone loved Ewan. Andrew, Hayden, I mean, was a little mixed, but I think I'm excited to see him back. You know what's gonna happen though? If Hayden Christensen does a really good job in the series, it's gonna prove my point that it was mostly George Lucas's fault that Hayden's acting was pretty bad. I stand by that. Can't wait to see r/people memes go absolutely insane, making memes of every line Kenobi says in the show. Oh my god, you're not wrong. I don't really follow those subreddits, but you're not wrong. That's gonna happen. What do you think of the title of Fallen Order sequel should be? I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. Is it? I doubt it's gonna be called Jedi Fallen Order 2. It's gonna be called Star Wars Jedi Night Sister Order 2. I don't know, but can Marin really be a Jedi? I don't see why a Night Sister can't be a Jedi. They have magic and stuff, so it's just a little bit different. Oh, sorry. Did you ever read the Duel of the Fates comic? No. What I really want to do is because I talked about this once, where there was a guy who made the comic of it, and it's done now. So I actually want to spend a decent amount of money to get that nicely printed, like a nice hardcover comic book, and add it to my collection. Because that's a keeper. That's a keeper. That's not something you can buy. Have you played Halo Infinite? Yes, and I enjoyed it. Oh, there's so many questions. I'm getting behind. I might skip some questions just so I'm not too behind. I apologize. How would you rank the Avatar seasons? 1, 2, 3. Thing is, I'm a big shill. 2 and 3 are basically perfection, and season 1 is great, but it's not as great. 2 and 3 are interchangeable, and then 1. But I would rank Korra season 3 over Avatar season 1. I would do that. Do you think that droid was actually BD1? No way. That'd be so bad if it was. You don't want to make the universe smaller. There's a bunch of BD droids. So yeah. Here to say that sequels is trash. Boo. Ratio. Get ratioed. Everyone ratio this kid. No, I'm kidding. I don't know if you wanted to. That'd be kind of funny. This is actually a good question. If they're doing a canon Thrawn storyline, do you think Snoke will be introduced in a role similar to Joris Kaboeth? No, because Joris Saboeth, however you say his name, he was a Jedi beforehand, and Snoke wasn't. I think Snoke could play a role, but I don't think it would be similar to Joris Saboeth. I think it might be a new type of character because Luke, Han, and Leia clearly know who Snoke is. I wouldn't be surprised if Snoke was initially an ally, and then they somehow tricked, and that's how Luke kind of allowed Snoke to corrupt Ben. Ventress is an ex-Jedi. Ah, see? There you go. It's kind of funny, out of the 3 Spider-Man actors, Tobey's probably the least able. I just noticed his acting was kind of awkward in Far From Home. You mean No Way Home? Yeah, Tobey Maguire doesn't really stand out to me as a great actor. Like, Andrew Garfield has done some great shit. Tom Holland has also done some really good stuff. I'm not saying I haven't seen enough of Tobey Maguire's stuff, but I don't think he's like an A-list, like, amazing actor that people think of. I still don't think Hayden can be a good Anakin, but it's interesting now that he's back. I like Clone Wars Anakin. Yeah, I'll always prefer Clone Wars Anakin, but I also prefer redemption arcs, or I always like redemption arcs, and I hope Hayden gets his. I agree that it would be bad. I was just wondering. Ezra could easily take Saboth's place. Yes, in a way, because the real Saboth died, and the one we saw was a clone. I don't think they're just gonna kill off Ezra and make him a clone. So maybe I don't think it's gonna be a straight one-to-one parallel in terms of the characters and their roles. I just think that kind of the Thrawn stuff in terms of the Empire and their threat will be very similar. Is there going to be a new Avatar series? Oh yeah, there's gonna be tons of new Avatar stuff besides the live action one, and I'm so excited. Once Avatar stuff does start coming out, I'm gonna get back into making videos on that because I love Avatar so much. What's your favorite Imperial Stormtrooper? I like the Shore Troopers because it triggers a lot of my friends. See, I'm a very toxic person. When there's something I don't care passionately about, I will choose my favorite thing in that if it triggers someone else. Does that make sense? I'm a toxic motherfucker. You guys don't believe me. Have you read Fallen Star yet? If so, please don't spoil. I haven't finished it yet. No, I have not. I have not. I need to read the High Republic though. Right now, I'm actually reading. Not sure if you can tell right here. So this whole shelf, right? It's hard to do. This whole shelf is pretty much Star Wars, but this bottom corner right here is Avatar stuff. So I got a few Avatar comics, and I also got the 2 Kyoshi books right here. So right now I'm reading. I'll give me a sec. Ugh. God, don't I need a haircut? Jesus. Da, 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 da. Right now, I'm reading Avatar: The Rise of Kyoshi. Very good book. Very good book so far. I'm like a third of the way in, and I'm very much enjoying it. Have you ever played the X-Wing miniatures game? No. LOL, they gone ruin Obi in the Kenobi show? I don't think so. Score predictions? I can't make a prediction, but let's go. Let's go Bengals. Ezra could be seduced to Thrawn's place after learning of the threats from the unknown regions. That would be very interesting. Although, I don't know. I don't. I think he can be. I think he could join Thrawn's side, but I don't think Ezra would turn to the dark side. I could be wrong. It depends on how it's executed. No, I totally get that favorite things things that people hate. Have you seen Arcane? If not, I would recommend. I watched the first episode and I just didn't finish it. For me, I hate that art style. The art style, like I can't watch it. I've heard the story is great, but like I just can't get into that art style. That's just me, I guess. Q&A. What is your favorite video you have done, and how do you think you've improved as a YouTuber? Great question. My favorite video that I've done. Maybe the video I'm the most proud of would be the Mary Sue one, just because I made a 2.5 hour video about Ray, like, and I put so much work into that. But if I had to choose a video, I think I'm gonna give you 2 answers. There's a video I did on Luke recently. I think it was like why you're wrong about Luke and the Last Jedi. And the amount of it was only like 9 minutes, but the amount of editing I put into that video was insane. That took me like a month to make a 9-minute video. That was I really love that video. And then there was another video I did on Ray called The Psychology of Ray. I did a lot of research for that, and I really liked the way that video turned out. So it'd probably be one of those 2 videos. But the video I'm probably the most proud of would be the Mary Sue video. Even though there's probably a lot I would change if I rewatched it. I haven't rewatched it since I made the video, so When I make a video, I'll watch it like the day of just so I can get the watch time and the like, especially on Man of Gold. But after that, I don't watch them. I think I rewatched my Darth Maul video because for some reason the retention on that video is insanely good and I don't understand why. How do you think I've improved as a YouTuber? I think I'm just more efficient in the way I edit my videos. Also, I think I've become a little bit of a better speaker, which is very important. I think there's a lot of growth for me to there's a lot for me to learn, continue to learn. Um, but yeah, I'd say my editing is probably what I've improved on, and kind of just little tidbits of information I learned from other people. But great question. I appreciate that kind of question. Thank you, Crystal Customs. Like, I kind of originally loved Jar Jar mainly because people hated him. I still like Jar Jar despite that. I'm kind of like that too. It depends though. If it, you know, I that only applies to me if I don't really care about something all that much. Do you think Vader will be more reckless and violent in his duel with Obi-Wan in the upcoming show? Maybe passionate, more hatred. I'm not sure if reckless and violent. Maybe. I could see it. Are you gonna play Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga? Am I gonna play that game? Oh, you mean the game of the year? Of course I'm gonna play it. God, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So excited for that game. The Psychology of Rey is one of my favorites. Yeah, it's a good video. I saw Star Wars Explained propose this theory, but do you Eli Vanto could be the one to kill Thrawn by the end of the Mandoverse, just like Rook did in the old expanded universe? Maybe. I wonder if they would bring Eli Vanto into the fold. Probably. That'd be interesting. Q&A. What is your ideal next Avatar Earth Kingdom protagonist look like after Korra? I might think of the ideal Earth Avatar had a headband like from the Fire Emblem series. I don't care what they look like. I don't really care as long as he or she is a good character. I wouldn't mind if the Avatar was like a villain at first. I think that would be a unique taste on the series. Because what happens if the Avatar was like raised by bad people and became just a bad person? That'd be really cool. I still like Jar Jar as well. Jar Jar's funny. To me, I can look at Jar Jar and just have a good time. He's funny. Was he a an objectively good decision for the story? Probably not. Can't believe I just said that. But yeah, Jar Jar is based. Can one of you guys do me a favor? This is the inner boomer in me. What exactly does based mean? Like, I think I have a general idea, but you guys could probably define it for me better than I can. As an OG, I loved seeing your content come so far. Thank you. I really appreciate that. 2021 was a year I wasn't too proud of. I think there's a lot of room for improvement. And I'm really gonna be committed this year. I'm gonna try my best because I know what my potential is. I just need to reach it. What are the things that really excite you for Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga? I wouldn't say anything specifically. I just want to have fun. I love the Lego games. I love Legos. I love Star Wars. I love the original games. I'm just looking forward to playing it as a whole experience. Q&A. Should I watch Avatar? Absolutely. Absolutely. I should make a video on that. Why every Star Wars fan should watch Avatar. I have no idea about base part. Yeah, me neither. Have you seen the fan project Legend of Genji series? I've seen a little bit of it. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, you know what I kind of want to see? I want to see our avatars like Aang and Korra grown up, like them in their 30s or something. That'd be a cool story. I loved the dark avatar concept with Vatu being the opposite to the Rava avatar. Yeah. See, I like I really like maybe not so much the dark avatar like with Vatu, but if you know how in season 3 the Red Lotus was like we tried to kidnap Korra when she was younger. Like what if that actually succeeded? What would Korra end up being like? I don't think the Red Lotus would have just kidnapped her and killed her right away. I think they would have tried to brainwash her. And then when she was older, they're like, okay, now we got to kill her. I can't wait to play The Last Jedi and Lego. Me too. I mean, I'm such a Last Jedi shill, so I'm really looking forward to that as well. Do you think a Vader versus Obi-Wan duel in Kenobi would diminish their meeting in A New Hope? You know, that's a question a lot of people had. For me, no. It depends a little bit on how it's executed. I would say no. I think the story, if I had to choose an ideal story, it would be that Obi-Wan finds out that Darth Vader is still alive and he kind of needs to like prove it to himself, and then he finds Vader. Also, there's that one line in Return of the Jedi where when Luke is trying to bring his father back to the light side, Vader says, "Obi-Wan once thought as you do." So far in the canon, not once did Obi-Wan ever think Anakin could be brought back to the light side. Not once. So I want that line to be fleshed out. That's what I want. Not so much the line where he's like, "I haven't felt his presence since." Avatar is good. I also liked Legend of Korra. Legend of Korra is so underrated. Yes, you're right. All Star Wars fans need to watch Avatar. So many parallels slash similar themes. And Dave Filoni started his career in Avatar season 1. With all due respect to the Korra fans, I'm not really a big fan of the show. In my own head, can nothing from the show happen? I mean, that's fair. I don't like the second season, but I love that show so much. Seasons 1, 3, and 4 are fantastic. IMO. The real question: who hasn't seen Avatar? The real question is who hasn't seen Avatar? Why wouldn't anyone have watched it so far? I don't know. It took me a while. I didn't watch it until like 2 years ago. So about a year and a half ago, I watched it for the first time. I don't know. It's an old series. Not many people just casually watch it. It did become really popular when it went to Netflix, but yeah, not everyone has watched everything. I haven't seen Forrest Gump. I know that's a popular movie. God, you can really hear like everything from my mic. Uh, hey, Star Force 1. Season 2 was dodgy, but the rest were done really well. I would totally agree. No, I checked out your channel earlier today because I saw you followed me on Twitter. I'll be honest, I'm not familiar with your content, but I appreciate you checking in. Thank you. I haven't seen it. I don't really like anime. It's not really an anime, to be fair, but yeah, I understand. Ooh, I just got a notification. Hmm. I hope they do an Avatar show where the main protagonist is the host of Batu. Could be a great way in expanding the concept. I think that could be really cool as well. Q&A. How would you feel if Anakin and Obi-Wan are retconned to be a dyad and they fight like Rey and Kylo on Kijimi slash the Star Destroyer? I don't think that would work because Obi-Wan and Anakin don't talk to each other for so long. And Palpatine says that the dyad hasn't been seen in generations. And at that point, the prequels are only 50 years before the sequels, about. So I don't think it would work canonically. I think that the previous dyad should be Revan and Bastila. I really hope they add that. Oh, I would be so happy because the dyad's really cool. I know a lot of people who are sequel haters who kind of agree that the dyad is a really cool concept. They just didn't like the way it was executed. Lesson of the day for Star Wars fans: watch Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. Couldn't agree more. Rebels or Clone Wars? Rebels. Rebels for me is more consistently great, while Clone Wars has a lot of higher highs but a lot of lower lows. You're not missing too much not watching Forrest Gump. It was an interesting movie, but I didn't really like it. I feel like it's a hot take. Sub Star Force. What are your thoughts on the good old Thrawn trilogy? I think I talked about that earlier. I enjoyed it. Wasn't fantastic, but I liked it for the most part. Uh, Thanks, haha. I found your channel from the Chataween show. Great stuff every week. Thank you. I appreciate that. I can't wait for Ahsoka, and I think it'll be one of the best Star Wars shows. I hope so. I really hope so. You should make another rant video. I have nothing to rant on these days. What is there to rant about? Are still Ray fan? Am I still a Ray fan? Of course I am. Right? I think Ray's very underrated character. Do I think she's perfect? No. I think she's underrated. I hope Vader and Kenobi have a duel in the series. They will. It was shown in the concept art. I felt their duel in 3 was awful, and their duel in 4 was just okay but too slow. I hope their fight in the series will be good for once. It's a hot take. But yeah, I think it'll be fine. At Star Force 1, I wasn't a fan of the ending, especially to the show, that got rid of all the previous avatars, so no more Aang, Roku, Kyoshi, etc. To me, that didn't really bother me as much. Would I have preferred if Korra could still talk to her past lives? Yes, but it didn't bother me that much. I thought it was a really bold choice to take the series. Anakin and Vader already have a force bond because of the master-apprentice relationship, so elements could be taken. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Great Jedi? It's so I've complicated, but Great Jedi don't exist. That doesn't make sense. I need to like I don't want to make claims here because I need to do more research on why I held that belief. Like I might, and I know I sound like I'm making no sense, but I know I looked it up once. I studied the Great Jedi, and I was like, this doesn't make sense. But I kind of forgot what I researched, so I need to go back into it. Would you do a watch party on future Atlas shows? Absolutely. Hopefully, if it doesn't come out at the middle of the night, like the Star Wars shows, because that makes it hard. Because for me, the shows come out on Wednesday, and if it's 3 in the morning, I gotta watch it. I go to bed at like 4ish, maybe 4:30, and then I gotta wake up for work at 7:30, and then I'm exhausted beyond belief. And then Wednesday, I have the Chataween show, and I gotta make a video for Thursday. So like, I just become so drained. Um, so yeah, it's tough. It's tough for me to do watch parties in the middle of the night. Yep, I hated that they killed the connection to the past lives. I didn't hate it, but I would have preferred without him. You should make something saying 10,000 time streams. I thought about doing that, but right now, like back then, it was a lot more fun. Back then I was in college, I had a lot more free time to do those fun things. Right now, my top priority is just making good content for you guys in terms of actual good video essays. I want to get like maybe 3 very like good quality video essays out a week. Maybe one video where it's like a quick thoughts, where it's poor. I shouldn't say poorly edited, but has like Battlefront 2 gameplay in the background. And then I'm actually interested in trying out a new series called Tier List Tuesday. I know a lot of people love ranking stuff, so I thought every Tuesday I'll post a video of me just doing a tier list of something. Mostly Star Wars. I'll probably do Avatar or Halo one of these days. But yeah, I'm probably going to do a tier list Tuesday video this Tuesday. And I think I'm going to do the Mandalorian episodes, so all 16 chapters. And then I'll let you guys comment what your rankings are. I think tier lists can be a lot of fun. So hope you guys like them. One of my favorite parts in 8 was the force bond that Rey and Kylo had, but I feel like 9 ruined the cool concept and made it so over the top. I understand that, but it didn't do that for me. Kanan's sacrifice was the most impactful moment in Star Wars. I wouldn't say it's the most. To me, I think the best scene in all of Star Wars is Vader's death, but Kanan's sacrifice is also up there. I talk about that in my Kanan video. I like that Kanan video. You know what I might do? Because I recently hired a guy to make thumbnails for me. If you noticed recently, like the past week, my thumbnails have been pretty good. I might ask him to do thumbnails for some of my older videos. Of course, it'll cost me more money, but I think it'll be fun. I hope you do a ranking video on Star Wars Visions. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I should probably rewatch them though. It's been a while. Yeah, the Great Jedi concept is dumb since it undermines the dark side's corruption, and it's a fanfic anyway to use cool powers without consequences. I agree. There is no meme review for embossing, say. Someday. I was there for that saying something X number of times stream. That was fun. I wouldn't mind doing it again, but I don't have any plans right now. I remember the days when you did polls and did rankings based on our feedback. Do you think you'll bring that series of videos back? I could. Those were pretty cool. Those are pretty cool. I might. Should I not? Should I incorporate those into my tier list videos? Because what I could do is say this Tuesday, right? I'll do a tier list of the Mandalorian chapters. And at the end of the video, I will be like, here's a link to a poll of, say, ranking the 11 movies. So rank them. And then next week, when I do my personal ranking of the 11 movies, I'll reveal what you guys voted for yours. I think that's a good idea. I could do that. It's a little more work, but I could do that. Let me know, do you guys like that idea? If you do a tier list, you can't just hate on Grease the whole time. I forgot his name. I didn't hate on the character. You've already done a Mandalorian tier list video. Would you make it about your own ranking? Yeah, I would. Also, my mind has changed a lot in the past year, so it's kind of like a fresh take. I actually like the diet as a fantasy concept. It's really interesting. It's a really cool way to incorporate the Force and make two people kind of connected in a way that other two people can't. Whoa. Would you give the Book of Boba Fett so far out of 10? Probably like a 6. A 6, maybe. The last episode was so good, but that's like not Boba Fett, so it's tough. You should remake the Star Wars fans rank the Star Wars movies, but with the shows as well. What I would do is I'd probably do the seasons of the shows. But at that point, it's too many. I might just do the live action shows. Q&A. What do you think if a Star Wars director introduced a force sensitive with gravity based force ability similar to, I don't know what this is. You always ask me these questions about other franchises that I just don't know anything about them. Someone, the sequel was creating the Force one was cool. The EU writers who invented it 20 years earlier. Come here. I'm not familiar much with the EU, but was it like the same thing? I don't know. By the way, guys, I just need to triple check. I need to make sure. Okay, I was just making sure that if you haven't already, make sure you destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm, because we all know how important that is. Destroy the like button to the YouTube algorithm, like I might destroy this panic button.
Panic! Don't panic! No panic!
I never heard that one before. Usually play something else. Huh. Ochi of Vestoon is a dumb psychopath, and I love him. A lot of people that have been reading the new comics seem to really like his character. I haven't read them, but I kind of loosely keep up with them. So yeah. I like that idea. Oh. I might do it. I honestly might do it. Dewanawanga. There was a really funny meme I saw. Do you guys know those the memes where it was like change my mind? And it was like some right-wing political guy who posted something. It was like something changed my mind. I saw a funny meme. It was like Dewanawanga changed my mind. I thought it was just really funny. Hot take: the sequel trilogy is 100% better than the EU/Legends. It's hard to compare, especially because the sequel trilogy is 3 movies, and the EU and Legends are over 200 books and comics of stories. It's hard to compare. I mean, I like the sequels better only because I haven't read the EU, but that's just me. What was the worst thing? What was the worst piece of Star Wars content made by Disney so far? I assume it has to be Resistance. Probably. If I had to choose something other than Resistance, there's nothing I really like strongly dislike besides Resistance. Maybe Rogue One. I mean, Rogue One's my least favorite of the 5 new movies. It's not as good as Rebels, not as good as Mandalorian. Maybe Bad Batch? I don't like Bad Batch all that well. I'm gonna go with Bad Batch. I really like Ochi. It would be cool if he's in a show or something. That would be cool. I'm always a fan of sequel connections, so it really says something about a show when the best episode is a prelude to a completely different show and doesn't even have Boba in it. That's what I said in my video. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. The sequels made me love lightsabers again because of what they mean to the story and characters. I didn't really like how in the prequels the characters took out their lightsabers all the time. I like when the lightsaber was more of a sacred weapon that wasn't used as often. If you look at the original trilogy, the lightsabers aren't used that much. But hey, that's me. I like The Force Awakens, the way The Force Awakens handled lightsabers. When is the Wally video coming? Oh, someday. Probably when Boba Fett's not out. When a Star Wars show is not like currently releasing, that's probably when I will do different stuff, IMO Forces of Destiny is the worst. I think Resistance is actually pretty fun. Forces of Destiny doesn't count. It's not really a show. It's just a series of shorts. I don't count that. I don't count Forces of Destiny. I don't count like the Galaxies of Adventures or Visions because it's not like one big story. Loved the new episode. Mando's back, boys. Thanks, re-edited, for tuning in. Do you like Solo? I think it was the worst Disney Star Wars movie according to a lot of fans. I feel like Solo was. I feel like not many people say Solo is the worst. I feel like you either get the sequel lovers who say maybe Rogue One, and then you get the sequel haters who say the sequels. I like Solo. Solo's fun. Solo's a fun movie. I haven't watched it in a while though. I do want to rewatch it one of these days. I love the concept of the Bad Batch, but I wish the finale was more climactic. The episode before the season finale felt more climactic, like a season finale, than the actual last episode. I can totally agree with that. Totally agree. Bad Batch and Book of Boba both had episodes without the title character. No, the Bad Batch, they were in every episode. I know they were barely in the first Ryloth episode, but they're in every episode. I thought Force Awakens handled lightsaber was brilliant. I'd agree. Hot take: The Mandalorian was my least favorite Star Wars TV content in the Disney era. That is a hot take. That is a very hot take. It's probably my second favorite. Well, it depends. Clone Wars Season 7, if you just include the last 4 episodes, it's my favorite. It's so good. But as a whole, my favorite piece would be, Rebels of the shows. Rebels and Mandalorian are both so great. I'm a sequel and Rogue One lover. There you go. I literally skipped through the finale. Yeah, Bad Batch just wasn't great. The Last Jedi is the worst Disney Star Wars movie. Boo! That's not a hot take. A lot of people share your sentiment. Hey, everybody. What's going on? We're just doing a Q&A stream, chatting. I'll probably stay on for about 20 more minutes. I'll hop off at the end of the hour because I do want to get back to making my Mandalorian video. My final part of the Mandalorian Season 1 review will come out tomorrow. And then what I might do is, just to fill a date, I'll probably upload a full video, like why the Mandalorian Season 1 was so amazing, full video. I might release that on Saturday, just because I don't plan on uploading anything on Saturday. So yeah. Is it just me, or is The Rise of Skywalker a better ending than Return of the Jedi? It feels like when Rey takes the Skywalker name, it could mean the start of a new era and send off to the OG9. In 6, it's just happily ever after. Nah, I disagree. Return of the Jedi is a fantastic ending, but hey, I'm always down for some sequel praise, but I disagree. The Bad Batch episodes 15 through 16 should have been a combined 40-minute event. I guess. If they don't tie in Crimson Dawn with the Book of Boba Fett, it'll be a huge missed opportunity. Give us Kira. I want Kira so bad. You know how much of a simp I am for her. I want her so bad in the show. Such a hypocrite. I don't care. I want her in the show. I'm over in New England and I need to go shovel snow. Have a great stream, Goldman. Thank you. I love the snow, by the way. I love snow. Rogue One is actually my favorite Disney Star Wars movie because it's the one that feels to me the most like a war movie. I really appreciated seeing the cost of retrieving the Death Star plans. I like that aspect a lot. Top 3 Star Wars for me: Force Awakens, Return of the Jedi, Mandalorian. Mine would be Empire, Last Jedi, Return of the Jedi. Clone Wars Season 7, I'd put up there too if I just include the last 4 episodes. I'm going to leave the live stream. Bye. Thanks for tuning in, Drakovich. Do you think you will ever make a fan film or participate in someone's fan film? If I ever do YouTube full time and I make a really good amount of money off this, I would do it, but I'm not even remotely at that point, so no. Not anytime soon. Rise of Skywalker isn't as good as Return of the Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker and Revenge of the Sith. But I think it's the best ending for the Skywalker saga. Conceptually, I think it could have been really great, but I think the execution wasn't as great. I also love the show and writer. I ski a ton. That's probably why I love the winter season. Oh, the snow. Yeah, I love snow. Rogue 2 movie when they steal the second Death Star plans. No, that's what Rogue Squadron is going to be. Imagine. Siege of Mandalore is perfection. Great video. Hot take: I preferred season 4 of the Clone Wars to season 7. I mean, season 7 as a whole isn't great. I just think the last 4 episodes are the best in the series. As annoyed as I was how episode 5 didn't have Boba at all, I do appreciate how they made Din Djarin connected to the themes of the Book of Boba Fett, almost like an interlude to a book. Yeah, I can respect that. Let's be honest, everyone wants to see Kira again just because of Emilia Clarke, not because of her character. That's not true. Yes, she's very gorgeous, but I think Kira is a very interesting character. I don't know. There's who's a very hot character I don't want to see again. Padme. I don't want to see Natalie Portman again in Star Wars. Would it be interesting? Sure, but I don't need to see her. Whatever Lucasfilm plans for Mando and Grogu, I hope they dive deeper into Palpatine contingency plans on Exegol. I think they might cover that very loosely. Very, very loosely. Glad we're getting Andor because I've been dying to see more of the Rogue One characters. And Andor is gonna be so good. I have a lot of faith in that show. Oh, I just cracked my neck really hard. Ah. Sorry if you already talked about this, but do you think in the next episode of Book of Boba Fett that we're going to see Grogu on screen, or is it an off-screen thing and see in season 3? I don't know. For me, I really think it could go either way. I don't know. Because in what I did, I watched the trailers again for the show, and we don't know anything that happens in the last 2 episodes. There's no like teases of certain planets or whatever. So I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's 50-50 chance right now. My favorite episodes in the series are the Embargo ones. Those are great. Top 5 Star Wars planets? I don't know if I have a top 5 Star Wars planets. Sorry. Naboo's very pretty though. One hot character I want to see return is Claude. Yeah. Gotta go now. May the force be with you. Thanks for tuning in. How about Rey trying to find Ben in the world between worlds? Like, imagine she finds a portal on Mustafar and Vader's castle because in the comics he finds a manifestation of Padme in there. It's tough. I don't know. Ben Solo is one of my favorite characters, but I don't know if I want to see him resurrected because I conceptually hate that and I'd be a hypocrite if I wanted that. Very interesting that the second Crimson Reign comic is coming out next week. 1 month delayed from the usual schedule. Maybe a Boba Fett hint? I hope so. I hope so. I just want it. I think there's a chance. I honestly think they should stay away from Palps and Mando. And it's not because I dislike the sequels, but because it wouldn't add much to Mando's story. I think Snoke, I think they could connect to Snoke a little bit, but it shouldn't be a prominent part of the story. Like, it should be mentioned by a conversation within the Empire, maybe here or there. But I don't think it should play an active role. Like, I don't think Snoke should be like the main villain. That wouldn't really make sense. Can't really see, but yesterday I burned my hand and it really hurts. Ben Swallow, the wide boy. A Star Wars story. It's funny. Do you think that Mando is force sensitive after seeing his skills in Beggar's Canyon? No. Nope. I conceptually hate the world between worlds because other than Back to the Future, I hate when movies deal with time travel. Endgame not excluded, but specifically. The world between worlds isn't really time travel. The way I don't think Ezra could have straight up grabbed Kanan, if that makes sense. This might not make sense. I don't think I could do a great job of explaining it, but I just don't see it as time travel because the world between worlds really exists in a space where time doesn't exist, and it's not like they could travel into the past or in the future. They kind of just you can talk to someone that lived in the past, but you can't travel to that time, if that makes sense. Let's hope not, buddy. Why do you think they dropped the whole Finn could be force sensitive storyline that was hinted at in episode 7? Would you like it to be brought back up? Yeah. I think they dropped it because Ryan Johnson just wasn't interested in that. Probably. Controversial, but I love the world between worlds. I love it too. Are you an athlete? Favorite sport? Basketball. Mine athlete? I like playing sports, but like I don't play anything organized. What about saving Ahsoka? The way I saw it, Ezra didn't like reach back in time to save Ahsoka. He kind of did, but like the way I see it, that was always supposed to happen. It's complicated, but it's not really time travel because Ezra didn't travel through time. Ahsoka got taken out and got put back in the time she was in. So Ezra interfered, I guess. But again, I'm not doing a great job at explaining my thoughts here, but I don't really see it as time travel. All right, guys, I'm going to take a few more questions and hop off. I need to go make lunch soon. I think the Ahsoka show is really diving into the world between worlds concept more. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I was thinking of doing my first Star Wars theory video on my channel for an Obi-Wan theory. Do you like to become a guest for the video or not? Sorry, no. I don't really have time for that. I appreciate it, but no, unfortunately not. The world between worlds follows the rules of Time Turner from Harry Potter 3. I guess. I would definitely put Mace coming back higher than 50% after seeing the upcoming shows and character cameos, and Sim really seems excited about returning. That would make me so depressed. That would make me so sad. What do you think Vader saw from his point of view when Ezra pulled? I always had that question, and I don't know. He's just like you talking to someone and they just disappear. Like I don't know what he saw. That would be really a really interesting thing to see. Like from his perspective, what the hell did he see? Do you imagine if they use the World Between Worlds concept to have a team up between Luke, Anakin, and Rey? No, that would destroy Star Wars for me, and I'd be so upset. All right, I think that's gonna be it for me, guys. I am starving, but thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll probably do for one of these next Saturday, or next Sunday. It'll be fun. Maybe I'll do more than one a week. We'll see. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to unite the Cloud Squad, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you.